Hi guys, it's Chris at Cork and Crown, back in my cider shed with some more cider to try. And it's Welsh, and it's from Kevin Garrod at Monnow Valley. And it's his Gunpowder plot cider. Not Perry, it's cider. No, it is Perry. It is Perry. It's a Perry. It is a Perry. We tried the 2019 Gunpowder plot. I think I filmed it. Pretty sure I did. That was a blend of 3 varietals, all reds. There was the Red Longdon, the Blakeney Red, and the Red. There's one just called Red. This is the 2020. This is the one I have to sell. And this is actually this is Harvest 2019. So I'm mistaken. So maybe there's 2 blends? I don't know. I'm a bit confused. I'll have to look it up. I thought that was the old one. I've got quite a few of these anyway. And this one is different though. So it's a Gunpowder plot, but it's Hendre Huffcap. Hendre Huffcap. A varietal that you see quite a lot. And I have to say, could be one of my favourites, if not my favourite varietal for single varieties and so forth. I tend to really like Hendre Huffcap. Got some really nice stuff. Got some really nice stuff from Martin Harris, Butford. We've had a few great examples from him, in fact. So I'm really looking forward to this. I'm not sure if it's sparkling, but it was bottled January 21 actually. So it has just been released, but it's a 2019 vintage. So it's been sitting for like over a year before it was bottled. So let's have a look. Well, it was pressed. Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. It didn't get bottled immediately, is what I'm trying to say. All right, Jesus Christ. Big glass. Got the big glass because we love the big glass. That's a clean one, isn't it? What a clean big glass. Right. Ooh, very, very slight pop. So this has been in bottle for 6 months. So one would expect it to have some sparkle by now. But that didn't make much of a hiss, did it? So it may not be ready for sale. It may be still. If it is, well, so be it. I'm still going to have to drink it. It has got some bubbles, but very, 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 very light. So there's some viable yeast in there. Just haven't done a lot yet. It's dry, this one, 6%. Let's have a go. Reminds me thingy-majig. There it is. So there you go. Quite a nice. It's actually steaming up. It's quite muggy and hot today. That's steaming up very quickly. But there you go. So very, very, very pale gold with a hint of sort of green elements to it, which marks it out more as a Perry than a cider. Let's have a sniff. Delicate creamy pear is the first thing I want to say. Yeah, there's like a light fresh pear character, but there's almost like a creaminess to it as well. It's very nice. Delicate nose, but both those are the 2 things that immediately were suggested to my senses. Yeah, quite fresh, quite green, but there's a richness and there's that cream thing which made it rich as well. It smells delicate, but it smells good. Let's have a taste. So, it's not dry, but I'm guessing it's been, well, it would have been dosed to get the sparkle. So we would have added sugar to do that. Not masses, you know, a few grams per litre. But it hasn't been fermented to bubbles yet. There's a tiny prickle, but just a tiny prickle. It hasn't been fermented into alcohol yet. So that's going to, so there will be some residual sweetness from that sugar. Methinks it's probably a bit sweeter than you'd expect it to be from that. So I think basically it's got a bit of sorbitol in there as well. So non-fermentable sugar alcohol. But I tell you what, it tastes bloody nice. It tastes really nice. Nice acidity, lovely acidity actually. Merest hint of tannin, but just the merest hint. Apple. What else is in there though? There's stone fruit in there as well. I want to say sort of a nectarine character. Yeah, definitely. And again, I've seen this a lot, but it's something that I picked up on, and now I once I recognised it, I keep getting it in things. It's like the stone out of a nectarine. If you put that in your mouth and sucked it, you get that nectarine flavour, but it's almost like that stoniness. So it's not like pith. It's a different sort of thing. But that's the sort of thing I've got in my mouth as well. That creamy element on the nose. I feel like I've got that on the palate as well. This tastes great. It really does. I really like it. It's not sparkling yet. I think when it's got some bubbles, it'll be even better. Get more aromatics up the back of your nose when you do that. But actually, that lack of bubbles is actually giving that creamy texture on the tongue, I think. You know, it's a trade-off, you know. Yeah. I mean, it's not bone dry. I don't think it'll quite go to bone dry. But, you know, I'm drinking it. It's feeling less dry. Yeah, that nectarine stone thing, it's really coming at the fore. And that creaminess as well. Yeah, Hendre Huffcap. I like a lot. And that kind of stone fruit thing, I'm really liking. That's coming more up the fore now. That's what I'm getting more than pear character, actually. And I really like it. I really like it. That is one delicious perry. And it's not even fully conditioned yet. Yep. 6 months in. Still 6-7 months in. Still fermenting. So we'll just let it go on with it. You know? It's all back here behind me. It gets warmish in here, but actually the temperature of the bottles in the boxes stays quite nice, actually, because it cools down at night. And there isn't enough heat in the day to get the temperature up. So actually, yeah, it's pretty good space for keeping bottles, I have to say. I was a bit worried at first, but it seems to work fine. So we'll leave it to get on with that. Having said that, just put up on the website 2 of Kevin's. So the Red Rascal, which I really like. Can't remember. Which is brown snout and Herefordshire chisel jersey cider, which I didn't know existed. That is actually it's a sweet, but actually it's got quite a lot of acidity, as I recall. And then do the Fandango, which is a 100% Frederick. That's got bold acidity. That's really interesting. Last vintage was fantastic. I like it again. This vintage, quite an acid character sort of cider, that. But very, very tasty. Very, very tasty. So there you go, guys. That was the Hendre Huffcap Gunpowder Plot. Monnow Valley. This is the 2019 vintage, but 2021 release. We like. So thank you for joining me in my shed. I hope you join me again. But until then, cheers.